Tonight, when the air in your home feels a little too warm, you'll tap a screen or twist a dial. Cool air will start pouring out of hidden vents and you won't think twice about it. If you feel cold, you'll bump the heat up a few degrees. If the room feels stuffy, you'll turn on a fan. Light will flood the space with the touch of a switch. You live inside a box where the air, light, and temperature do what you want. But for 99.9% of human history, that box didn't exist. When it was cold, humans were cold. When it was hot, humans were hot. When the sun went down, the world went dark and stayed that way. Your ancestors did not have thermostats. They did not have hot showers on demand. They did not have electric light at midnight or air conditioning in August. They had bodies. They had fire. They had shelters that barely kept the outside out. So what did ordinary life actually feel like in that world? And what changed when we quietly built a machine around ourselves that controls comfort without us noticing? For most of human history, being comfortable was not a lifestyle goal. It was a temporary accident. Our ancestors lived in climates that swung between heat and cold, wet and dry, still and storm. Sometimes they could choose where to live, by migrating, by settling closer to water, by avoiding mountain winters. Often they couldn't. Cold wasn't a nuisance. It was hypothermia, frostbite, and death. Heat wasn't annoyance. It was dehydration, infection, and disease. If the wind shifted, your shelter changed with it. If the season changed, your entire day changed. There were no sealed windows, no triple-glazed glass, no silent ducks humming behind the drywall. You were a mammal in a moving environment. You coped or you suffered. For our ancestors, everything began with the control of fire. The earliest solid evidence of humans controlling fire comes from caves and ancient hearths, blackened stones, charcoal layers, burned bones. Fire did not just cook food. Fire carved a pocket of climate out of the night. A single fire can raise the temperature in a small cave or hut by tens of degrees. It dries wet clothing. It turns freezing air into tolerable air. It creates a bubble where your body can finally relax. Around that bubble, shelter slowly appeared. Then humans began to build on purpose. In early villages and towns, houses evolved from temporary huts into stable structures. Walls thickened. Doors became solid. Windows became smaller and easier to close. As technology advanced, so did the cocoon. Inside started feeling less like outside, but with a roof, and more like a different world. You went indoors to escape not just weather, but the feeling of being exposed. Inside was where the air behaved. The more buildings multiplied, the more human life happened in these semi-controlled pockets. Work, sleep, eating, conversation. Being outside became something you did on the way between boxes. Your body was still the same. The boxes were getting better. While architecture and materials were making life more comfortable, your body wasn't changing very much. Biologically, humans are built to handle fluctuation. We evolved in environments where days were hot, nights were cold, seasons brought extreme changes in temperature and food. Movement, walking, carrying, working, generated heat and cooled us down. Our internal systems are tuned to variation. Blood vessels constrict and dilate, sweat glands activate, muscles burn fuel, hormones adjust. Some discomfort is not an error. It's how the system learns and stays flexible. But as shelters improved, the amount of variation your ancestors had to endure began to shrink. Fire made winter nights survivable. Better housing made storms less catastrophic. Layers of clothing let people carry some comfort with them even outdoors. Everyone still knew what it meant to be cold, to be hot, to be wet for days. But the sharpest edges were being filed down. Your body carried millions of years of training for hardship. Your surroundings were slowly removing hardship from the daily schedule. Then, in the last 150 years, everything accelerated. Coal stoves and radiators brought controlled heat into urban homes. Insulation, wool, cork, rock wool, fiberglass, foam, made walls into barriers rather than suggestions. Central heating systems spread warm air or hot water through entire buildings. Air conditioning came next, first in industrial settings, then in theaters and department stores, then in homes. Suddenly, heat waves that once meant sleepless nights and serious risk became background weather, something you watched on the forecast while sitting in a cool room. Modern windows sealed, doors closed more tightly. Building codes aimed to keep the inside air in and the outside air out. Now, in many places, you can live an entire day at 21.23 degrees Celsius, no matter what the season does. You move from climate-controlled bedroom to climate-controlled bathroom to climate-controlled car to climate-controlled office and back again. The outside temperature is something you see on your phone more than you feel on your skin. Comfort used to be something you chased and occasionally caught. Now it's the default. There's a catch. Our bodies still expect variation. Constant comfort can quietly reshape how we respond to stress and challenge. When comfort becomes the norm, even small discomforts feel intolerable. A slightly cold shower feels like a violation. Walking a few blocks in the rain feels like suffering. You feel more fragile in a world that is less hostile than the one your ancestors faced. We often talk about heaters and air conditioners as inventions that gave us safety. We rarely talk about what they replaced. Today, many of us have bedrooms that feel the same in December and July, offices where sunlight is optional and air has no season. We removed most of the daily negotiation with the world's temperature and light. We dismantled an entire layer of experience that our bodies were built to handle. These tools are astonishing. They mean children don't freeze at night. They are some of the greatest achievements of human design. But they also mean your day is shaped by systems you don't see. Layers of infrastructure, power grids, fuel lines, HVAC ducts, quietly keep the air within a narrow band. You didn't plan any of this. You were born inside it. Your body, however, still carries memories it never earned. So when you feel discomfort and rush to erase it, that's not just weakness. It might be confusion, an animal nervous system trying to reconcile two realities. We traded exposure, hardship, and risk for warmth, light, and control. We were right to do it. But we also traded a daily relationship with the living world for walls, vents, and switches. And most of us never even knew it happened.